Hello, love. How are ya? So, what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. I grew up in a household where saying sorry was like up to you. Like if you felt like it, you would say sorry. Most of the time, no one would except me, because I was the youngest. When I grew up, my siblings were all older. There's a huge age gap between me and my siblings, and it was the thing with my siblings and my parents where they would just argue all the time. Like my parents would fight with each other, my siblings fight with sometimes my parents and myself. There's just so much yelling and everything. And we did love each other though. Like we still do, probably. I don't know. The thing is that like after each of those fights, they would stop talking to each other, and like for days at a time, and then one day, out of nowhere, like as if it was a leap of fate, one might say. God, I have so many videos now. I can quote my other videos. Go and watch my leap of fate video. Well, it's not a leap of fate. It's the Kierkegaard video. Watch it. It's good. I like it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, and like one day, like out of the blue, they would just start talking to each other again, but still no one would say, hey, like, you remember how we had a fight a couple days ago, like, sorry for saying that, or like, sorry for doing that, and like no sorries at all. They would just start talking to each other again, and then when another fight would happen, they would just remember the other fight and would remind that fight, saying, well, you also did that time, and now you're doing this, so yeah, you're a bitch, and stuff. Like, no, there was no cursing. I didn't grow up with a house where there was like a lot of cursing going on. Yeah, this is all me. This is all me, baby. And yeah, that no one would really apologize to each other, and I was the only person who was apologizing because of the like age difference, like the age gap and everything. I was always supposed to be like the respectful one. Like the respect was like very one way. Like they would love me and I would respect them. That was the deal, which caused its own set of problems because they wouldn't respect me as an individual, and I didn't really love them. Well, I didn't really like them. I did probably love them. It is hard to not to love family. Like there needs to be something so radical and big needs to happen so that you won't love your family. So yeah, I do love them, but I don't really like them particularly. I don't know. But oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was the only one who was like apologizing constantly, like sorry for being too loud, sorry for like being messy, and I wasn't really a messy kid. It wasn't possible for me to be messy. My mom was a clean freak, and like I mean, she's right. She didn't really have much control over her life, so the only thing that she had control over was how tidy her house was. So I mean, I should have given her like that tidiness, but I was a kid. I wish I had this brain, like this mindset that I have right now in like 15 years back, like when I was like 5 or 6. I wish I still had this brain and mindset. In one of the X-Men movies where a character, I don't know who was the character, I don't know, like the X-Men movies are not that good, like the later ones, especially the one that I'm talking about, where they would put Wolverine's mind into his body that was like way, like how many years, like 30 years ago or something like that. I don't know. Was it the apocalypse something? No, it was one of like weird. I don't know. I mean, it was a film where a bunch of things happened, and then at the end of the film, nothing happened. They turned back into time, and it kind of felt like a filler. I don't know. They weren't like aiming for the whole multiverse thing at the moment, so it wasn't really amounted to anything. It felt like a filler episode. I really hate filler episodes. I mean, nothing really happens. Like, so many things happens, and then nothing really happens. But forget about that. Like, forget that right now. I would apologize a lot for getting distracted while studying and stuff, and I would apologize for not getting good grades, but I would get good grades. I was the kid who would get a 96 or a 98 and would be mad because I didn't get 100, because when I went to home and said that, hey, I got a 96, and I'd be like, where is the other 4 points? Like, why isn't it 100? Why isn't it perfect? And stuff like that. And I would apologize for, not being better at stuff. And I also, this is a habit that I still have to this day. I wasn't really allowed to talk a lot. Like, I could do small talks and everything, and I'm still really good at small talks and stuff. But when we actually talked about something that really matters, when like me expressing my opinions, it wouldn't go like really well usually. So I would kinda start crying in the middle of saying what I wanted to say, because I was kind of Pavlov dogged to that. Well, there's a proper name for it, but I can't remember it now, and I just love saying Pavlov dogged. I was Pavlov dogged to like sense some sort of yelling coming when I'm expressing my opinion. So it still happens to me this day. Like, when I get in a very heated argument, my eyes get all watery inside, and I start to tear up. I almost cry. Sometimes I do cry. It's just, and like, something that's been with me, the habit that's been with me for like a lot of years. And yeah. So I would make letters. I would write some. I'm so good at writing letters. I would write letters and like, I'm sorry for doing that. I really do love you so very much, and I'm not really good at expressing my opinion. So I did write you this letter where I express my gratitude for your existence and for your love for me, and I'm sorry for being the way I am and everything, like this gigantic letters. And I would like prepare them all, everything, and I would like slide it under the doors. I would leave them on their beds and stuff so that they would like forgive me, and they wouldn't say anything about it. Sometimes they would make fun of it, but like things would get better. So I thought, well, even if I get made fun of and everything, and like they make fun of me, it still makes them forgive me, so it's fine. So I would apologize a lot, but they wouldn't. And no, my apologies weren't like actual, like I would get into a fight with someone, but I wouldn't apologize. I would just, like, my family like wouldn't talk to the person that I was fighting with, and then just one day I would start talking to them again, and then like way later in life, like in like middle of like in the middle school or like early high school, when I realized that when you were fighting with someone, you need to make peace like really, really soon. You need to go and apologize for your behavior and the things that you said, so that it won't hurt your relationship at the end. But that wasn't the case with me. I would apologize for stupid stuff because that's what I was raised with, but I wouldn't apologize for a big fight and stuff. I would just wait for it to be, over and everything. And it took me like 15 or 16 years to understand that you do need to fight. Like, you do need to apologize after a fight. And it was weird. It made me realize how problematic things were at my house. So, yeah. And like I said, I was the only one who was apologizing and everything. So it also kind of felt different when I would argue with people and they would just get like I'm sorry, and I'd be like, no, it's fine, it's okay. Like I still have the thing. Like I argued with someone the other day, like maybe not the other day. I don't know. I really am not good with times anymore. I was like arguing with them, and then like after a while they were like, I'm sorry for being a dick, and I was like, no, it's fine. And I was the one who said that you're acting like so weird, and why are you like this, and you're being such a dick to me right now, and I did not deserve you like acting like this towards me. I've been nothing but good to you and stuff. And they're like, they're still arguing, and then it was over. Like 10 minutes later, we're like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have yelled. I'm sorry for being a dick. And I was like, it's okay. And like, it's okay. And they were like, no, it's not. I was like, what do you mean? Like it's, and they were like, it's not okay. I shouldn't have said that, and I'm really sorry, and I will like try to get better and everything. And it's not okay. That it's not okay really made me feel something. Like I still am not used to that feeling, and it's just, I don't know. I really don't know what to feel about it, but that's just how it happened. And like it felt like I deserved an apology. Like I was also deserving of an apology. Like it wasn't just me who would need to own up their mistakes and apologize to the other person. I mean, sometimes the other person can do wrong towards me, and sometimes they should be the one who apologize. And I can't believe that it took me this much time. Like I get weird when people apologize to me. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know how to move forward that conversation. I just feel like, okay, and stuff, and like just brush it off, even though we have the most heated arguments ever. And I would just get like this, and it's kind of weird. I don't know, but that's just how things are. I'm getting better at this though. Like I'm on a self-healing journey right now. I am, working on myself, my body, my mind, and everything. So yeah. That's how it is. And as always, there is no conclusion, because I can't do conclusions well. I'm not very great with endings. It's the same with relationships too, by the way. Like everything is going great, and then boom, like a fucking train crash, something happens and it just ends. Like no conclusion. It just happens. So yeah, my videos are also like that. No conclusion. The talk, the whole journey was the message that you should get. Like I don't know. Love you guys though. Love you. Bye. Bye bye. Love you. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. Love you.